Hello, ladies, and welcome to the Holiday Challenge with Andrea. Hello, my love.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you guys here today. Andrea is the author of a book that's about to come out, How to Stop Feeling Like Shit. And her challenge today has a lot to do with this. And I want to just jump right into it with you, Andrea, and then we'll speak a little bit about what we were sharing earlier. So tell the women what you want to have them do today.
I'm excited to talk about this topic. So it is one of the subtitle of the book is 14 habits that are holding you back from happiness. And one of those habits is catastrophizing, and I call it catastrophizing. Some women might have heard it as like rehearsing tragedy or waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it's those moments where, raise your hand if you've ever had that moment where things are going really well, and around the holidays, maybe maybe it's been a Thanksgiving dinner that went off without a hitch, and your family is there, and you're enjoying, a cocktail or your favorite tea, and everything is going really great, and maybe your business has just got off the ground and things are going good, and then you're like, when is one of these things going to go wrong? Or like you notice that your mom is getting older and you're like, oh my God, like how many years left do I have with her? Or, what if one of my kids gets so sick? Like we come up with these stories, and sometimes we start planning our own funeral or someone else's funeral before we know it. So what's actually happening is that we are, and it sounds counterintuitive, right? Because we all, like, the goal is happiness, right? The goal is joy. However, it is extremely vulnerable to step into joy. Like I'm talking like beyond happiness, like that kind of joy that takes your breath away. And we step into these moments, and the truth of it is, like, we know what disappointment feels like. We know what grief feels like. We know what the other shoe dropping feels like, right? And so it's as if we try to beat that to the punch. We try to beat that pain and struggle to the punch by coming up with these stories in our mind. So my challenge for everyone watching is to not to go to that place. I mean, because it's really unrealistic for me to sit here and say, just don't go to that place. Like you're going to, it's part of the human experience. But my challenge for you is to notice when it's happening, to notice those quivers of like, oh my God. And then really try to think about leaning into gratitude. Again, like kind of bypassing that feeling. And, I was telling you earlier, like one of my favorite moments to do this is when I'm sitting at the dining room table with my husband and two children. And it's like these everyday moments of joy where they're telling stories from what happened at school that day, or my husband's talking about something funny that happened at work. And, I'm quiet and I'm just observing what's happening, kind of like almost as an outsider. And I'm like, holy crap, this is everything I've ever wanted in this moment right now. I'm not thinking about the dishes afterwards. I'm not thinking about my to-do list for tomorrow morning. I'm not thinking about packing the school lunches for tomorrow. It's this moment right now, which is vulnerable. It's really vulnerable. So that's my challenge, is to notice if you're catastrophizing, rehearsing tragedy, and take that opportunity to lean into joy.
Beautiful. I'm so happy that you're speaking to this, because I notice this so much around the holidays for myself and in the program that I lead. And it's so nice to have other women around to admit that we do this. When you were speaking, I could remember those moments, especially having children, that I think I do. I go into these really morbid thoughts sometimes of how everything could go wrong. And it's because of the vulnerability of how much joy there is in that moment. And so this invitation for you ladies to feel your joy and let yourself keep going there. I'm so excited to see how that really starts the new year off in a different way, being able to think about it from that perspective. So how do you want them to share? What can they do to kind of share this? Because we are doing this in sisterhood, and it is powerful to look at the hashtag using Holiday Challenge and see that you're not alone, that you do this, and get permission. So how can they capture that they're following through on the challenge?
I'm a huge fan of Instagram. So if I'm over there at Your Kick-Ass Life. So if somebody wants to like make a 1-minute video on Instagram using your hashtag and tagging me, or in their Instagram stories, or jotting down on a piece of paper, what is your moment where you can really lean into your joy? Maybe it's like you are sitting down and writing the outline for your first book. You are emailing people, or you get like that first client who said yes to your high-end package, or it's, at your kid's soccer game, whatever that moment is for you of like pure joy, the one where you go like, oh, but am I ever going to get another client like this? You know, where you're like off the deep end. What is that moment for you? So I can celebrate with you. So Jay can celebrate with you. So we can, like you said, in sisterhood and cheer you on, because this is, it's so common and universal. And I just want everyone to know, like, we all do this, we all do it, and we can get better at it by talking about it and just like making it known, like, hey, I do this too.
Beautiful. And I know that you are in a really peak moment of life where you could easily catastrophize right now, because your book is on pre-order right now and it's going to go on sale in the new year. So ladies, I want to invite you and us to support her. So I'm going to share a link below if you want to get a copy of How to Stop Feeling Like Shit and explore deeper what we're talking about today. It would be beautiful to support you in realizing that you can really drop into the joy in this moment and celebrate this book that you've birthed into the world.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, I mean, it's these moments where there's, you know, in being in a book launch, for anyone out there who wants to write a book, I say, please, please, please do, if you have a book in you. And whether you are self-publishing or traditional publishing, there is so much on the to-do list. There's so many moving parts. So it's so easy to go into that place of, what if this all falls apart? You know, what if it doesn't sell? And but at the end of the day, it's like, it's so exciting what's happening. And I know that there's exciting things happening in everyone's life watching this. So I appreciate what you said. Thank you. You're
so welcome. So I'll share that link with you ladies below. Andrea and I look, I keep messing it up. We will be looking out for your post and celebrating with you. And we will see you too. Don't forget to use the hashtag. Just a reminder, some really fun prizes and things that we're giving away. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pre-order a book and add that to the prize list. And one lucky lady will get her a copy of her book as one of the prizes. So use the hashtags. The more you share and celebrate in sisterhood, the more we tag your shares, and we'll be giving away those prizes on the Power of Themes call at the end of the challenge. So make sure that you're live. Thank you, and we will see you ladies tomorrow with another challenge.